Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey, and welcome back to my closet, and the 2,000 subscriber special! Woo! We finally did it, guys! It has been, I don't know, over a year, I think, since we hit 1,000, which was already a crazy number, but here we are at 2,000! That's another 1,000 people! I cannot believe my subscriber count has actually doubled. But I'm gonna save all the extra mushy stuff until the end of this video, and we are going to announce today the winner of Fantastic Fashion Poppy, but I'm not gonna do that until I reach her in the ranking, so stay tuned to that. We are doing the ultimate ranking of Classic Rainbow High now that we have reached basically the end of the line. The timing was right, we hit a big milestone, and Rainbow High has kind of come to a close, so it all lined up that this is the perfect time to do a ranking. And that's the thing, I've kind of avoided doing a ranking all this time because Rainbow High just kept coming out with dolls, so like, if I was gonna rank them, it could change if some other amazing doll came out in the future. Now we know that at least there's one little closed circuit, one unit of dolls that are worth even putting in a ranking video. So this is not going to be like a countdown of, you know, worst to best. This is going to be a tier ranking, and our categories are, from top to bottom, Chef's Kiss, obviously the top tier dolls, the best ones that they have ever done, no criticisms, nothing needs to be changed, they're perfect. Gorgeous. These are the dolls that almost hit the mark for being in Chef's Kiss, but there's one or two flaws that keep them from getting all the way up, but they're still like really incredible dolls. Cute. This is my category kind of for the average, like, you know, I don't hate them, but they're not my like all-time favorite, but I still think that they're very good dolls in general. There's a lot that's gonna be in this category, just so you know. One of the dolls of all time. These are like the nothing burger kind of dolls, the ones that I'm basically indifferent to, or that just don't have any wow factor in a good way, but they also don't have any ugly wow factor in a bad way, you know? They're just kind of like there. No. This is not the worst of the worst, but we're pretty close to getting there. I gotta say, not to spoil too much, but there weren't as many in this category as I expected, which I was pleasantly surprised by. It makes me feel like Rainbow High really was just a great line for as long as it lasted. But yeah, there are still some that wound up in here. And finally, Rainbow Bye, the ones that are just the absolute worst, bottom of the barrel, don't even make me look at them, I will throw up. So, with that established and out of the way, I'm also going to tell you this is going to be kind of a retrospective at the same time because, you know, we're looking back on the dolls from the beginning to the end, and I want to share some memories of like feelings or things that, you know, maybe just anecdotal things to go along with each series, because the tier list that I used, which I'll link in the bottom in case you want to do this yourself, it is chunked by series. So they're not all in perfect order, but they're pretty close. And yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, talk a little bit about each series and then we'll get into each individual doll. And one last thing, don't forget that these are my personal opinions. There's a good chance that I might hate one of your favorites, or maybe I love one that you just despise with a passion. This is all just for fun. It's not like and the end-all be-all. We can all have our own opinions about these dolls, and that's why collecting is fun, because everybody likes different dolls, so everybody picks different dolls. Also, in case you see me like looking down, I have notes because I knew there was, like, when I started this, I didn't even realize how many Rainbow High dolls there are, and I was like, oh my god. But honestly, there was a year where just non-stop releases, so I knew if I didn't write down some notes about each character that I was gonna be sitting here like trying to think, and it was gonna take me forever to film. So I put some notes together to keep my brain on track and make things easier. I think that we got out all of the important information. So let's get started. And of course, we have to begin at the beginning with Series 1. Now, I remember when Series 1 was announced, I was so excited. I had just kind of started collecting at the time. I was watching people's videos and I saw some people review the big rainbow surprise dolls, like the 14-inch ones or whatever. I just remember thinking to myself, wow, I really like the designs of these. I wish they came in like a regular fashion doll size. And lo and behold, within the next couple of weeks, boom, there's Rainbow High. I was so excited. And that is part of why, like, Rainbow High is one of my favorite doll lines that I collect, because it was one of the earliest ones that really got me full swing into collecting. To have Rainbow High that I could keep up with the releases and watch as they transform and grow, like, I was just, it was so into it, and I miss them. But we're not gonna dwell on the present. We're gonna dwell on the past. Usually that's not the advice you give people. It's usually the opposite, but we're gonna go with it. These are not in rainbow order, by the way. Sorry if that bothers anyone, but that's just the way the list was made. First up, Series 1 Jade. Now, she's always been a standout from Series 1 because of her tomboyish clothes, the puffer jacket and everything. The layering and the construction of her outfits really showed what Rainbow High was capable of. And I mean, I think that's the case for all of Series 1. They were pretty amazing for the doll market at the time, but Jade was very different from the rest of the girls who were a lot more feminine. But like most of Series 1, she suffers from being compared with the dolls that come after her, and especially the sweaty highlighter of Series 1 and 2. It's just so in your face now compared to the later dolls, so it's hard these days to give Series 1 a super high ranking. She's not the best, she's not the worst, she's going into cute. Original Poppy. She's probably my favorite out of Series 1 at this point in time. Poppy is a character that's always kind of drew me in. I really like the shade of orange that they stick with for her hair and everything, but I've always kind of picked a different character out of the line rather than Poppy up until, you know, Fantastic Fashion. But she's had some pretty solid dolls over time. Her Series 1 look is not the best, but it's pretty good. But there have been better Poppies since, so she can go into cute. Series 1 Ruby. Now this is one of the Rainbow High dolls, one of the first ones that I ever got. And she's always kind of had a special place for me, even though I don't have my Series 1 Ruby anymore. Her jacket from her second outfit was one of my favorite pieces for the longest time. But I never really liked the bralette skirt combo that she had for her second outfit. And as time went on and Rainbow High kind of improved and I would look at Ruby compared to my later Rainbow High dolls, I just didn't feel as connected with her anymore, so I wound up donating her. But you know, she's one of the first Rainbow High dolls I got. She was the first Rainbow High doll I ever reviewed on this channel. If you dare to even go back and watch that video, it's pretty rough. But it was a historical moment for me. I had already opened Violet at that point, but that was just me without making a video about it. Ruby's the first one that I posted. She's always gonna have a special place, but compared to the later dolls, she's just a cute. Series 1 Skylar. So I really hope that you Skylar fans don't hate me after this. In doing this retrospective, I've decided I really just don't like Skylar. And I've been saying it more lately in the last like few rounds of news videos and other things. And like the more I look at her, the more I'm just like, I don't know if it's just that the shade of blue they picked for her is very neutral, so she doesn't stand out really, or if her style is just boring. Don't be surprised if a lot of her dolls fall into lower categories throughout this ranking. So, yeah, Skylar, you better get comfortable because you are one of the dolls of all time. Series 1, Sunny. Now, in contrast to Skylar, Sunny is consistently one of my favorites in various lines that she's in. And I've said it before, Sunny's personality just always somehow gets through. The designers just must have loved Sunny, and they just always put a lot of effort into her dolls. I really don't hate any Sunny doll. She just has a really big personality, and I love it. And I also love the little reference to Sailor Moon in her space buns for her first doll. But as far as Sunny's go altogether, obviously Series 1 Sunny has some things that make her a little bit below the other ones, but she still lands in cute. Series 1 Violet. My very first Rainbow High doll. For that reason, she's another one that kind of has a special place for me. Also, she was the first purple Rainbow High doll, which if you know me, you know that that's very important to me. We're purple stands over here. But she was replaced by superior violets in the future, so I also donated her. I don't have her anymore. I didn't connect with her as much in her outfits either. You know, her glam style with the sequins, the fake fur, that's just not really what I gravitate towards in dolls. That and her hair never really cooperated with me in a way that I liked. I just, you know, I couldn't really keep it together with her, I guess. And then, of course, Winter Break Violet came along, which we'll talk about her later. So, my original Violet is out there somewhere, hopefully with somebody who loves her more than I could. And at this point, even though she's the first Rainbow High doll that I ever had, I'm putting her into one of the dolls of all time. Along with Series 1, we kind of had auxiliary dolls, and I'm gonna use that word a few times because there's always a series and then kind of dolls that are coinciding with the series, but they're not really part of the series. So the auxiliary dolls for Series 1 were Hairplay Amaya. I actually like her, and I know Amaya can be kind of divisive, but I always thought that her white hair was really nice. I like the peekaboo rainbow. I kind of like the face on this Amaya. Even though it's the original sweaty face sculpt, it's not terrible. It really isn't terrible. Her outfit is pretty cool too, and obviously besides just her hair being white, it's also extra long, which is fun. You know, hair is one of my favorite parts of any doll. If she wasn't shiny in the face, I might have ranked her a little bit higher, but overall, I'm putting her into cute. And then we had Avery Styles. Thank God they never did another Rainbow High doll with a wig. I mean, I never had Avery, so let me know. Were they difficult to manage? Because I can see there's tinsel in them also. How have your Avery wigs held up over time, people? I'm curious. The appeal of this playset really was that it came with all these extra clothes and accessories. Avery herself, she is going to be our first entry into no. On to Series 2. I don't know if Series 2 is most people's favorites. I was pretty excited for them when they first released, but, you know, they also suffer from a lot of the same problems as Series 1 with having the old face sculpt and the highlighter. Plus, they had no neck articulation, you know, that we're a few lines down the line before we finally get that. But I think the designers were starting to get a little more comfortable with the idea of making these dolls at this point, and were experimenting just a little bit to see where they could go. So, Series 2, Amaya. I don't like the blue hair as much as the white-haired version of Amaya, but the makeup on this doll is pretty cool. It softens her eyes a little bit from the, like, big bug eye roundness that the original face sculpt has. I didn't really like the first outfit with the sequins, though, but I did appreciate the cheerleading outfit, which kind of made her able to blend in with the cheer line. So she can hang out with her other self in cute. Series 2 Bella. Oh my god. If you know me, you know I'm a Bella stan. And Series 2 Bella is the one that started it all. If only Series 2 had neck articulation, I probably would still have my Series 2 Bella, because I really loved her for a long time, but that and, you know, the highlighter worked a little bit better for her than the other characters, but I did start to get kind of over it at one point, and it was just like, So I don't have my Series 2 Bella anymore. I'm so sorry, but you were replaced by the superior version. I love her preppy style. I love the bubblegum pink. I wish she and Jade had really actually gotten to be a couple in the show. I feel like they were so close. But, you know, the writing in the show was just a hot mess a lot of the time, so I may be biased doing this, but Series 2 Bella goes into gorgeous. Karma Nichols. She's probably my second favorite from series 2. I'm not usually into like bright colors that burn your eyeballs, but for some reason it worked. Maybe because it contrasted with the tan of her skin. And I always liked the angry eyebrow variant of her. Sometimes I wish I had gotten her when they still had that, because later on, as more dolls were produced, they changed her eyebrow angle and then she didn't look as fierce anymore, so it kind of ruined her appeal to me. But I think she's still one of the better dolls from series 2, so for her angry eyebrow face, putting her into gorgeous. Crystal Bailey. I always liked her outfits, but I never really liked her as a whole, despite the fact that she's a purple doll, which is kind of weird for me. I actually have a lot of her outfit pieces that I bought secondhand. I'm sure you've seen a couple of the dolls wearing them before behind me, but I just never, like I said, connected with Crystal as a whole. Still, she's earned herself a spot in cute. River Kendall. The first boy Rainbow High doll. And it shows. The Rainbow High face mold did not translate that well into a more masculine face. He was cute, but also a little wonky looking. And now looking at this stock picture of his outfit, it's very clunky looking, very like bulky. How does he move around in this? He looks uncomfortable. I actually did have River for a while because I wanted to give a boy doll a shot, and I thought if any line was going to do a boy doll that I was really going to like, it was going to be Rainbow High, but he didn't last very long. So at this point I'm kind of like, oh yeah, he existed. And fittingly, he goes into one of the dolls of all time. Stella Monroe. So Stella is one of those dolls that I went back and forth on a lot. I wanted to get her because I really liked her piercing blue eyes with the pink hair, but I kind of didn't like her outfit pieces that much. Like I said, I'm not really into fake fur, but I still thought maybe I would get her base doll and just like restyle her. But every time that I went to buy Stella and I would take all the Stellas and line them up and compare their faces, none of them were nice. None of them. All of the makeup was misstamped, and that would cause her, because she had really like thick eyeliner, to have raccoon eyes most of the time. You know, the fact that I was buying her mostly for the base doll, I wasn't gonna do that when I couldn't even get a good base doll. So I have no regrets that I didn't buy her, but because I considered buying her, I'll put her into cute. And there was only one auxiliary doll for series 2, and that was Kaya Hart. Kaya was a big deal to me when she was first around. I really loved the pink hair with the pastel rainbow in it. I still think it's really pretty. And I love and still love her denim jacket, which as you can see is on Bella back there. Even though I don't have my Kaya anymore, I kept a lot of her outfit pieces because her clothes were so nice. She was the first Rainbow High doll that really felt super luxurious, and at $40 she better have. Here, we thought $40 at the time was expensive. Wait till later. But I like had to have her at the time, and I really liked her for a long time. Unfortunately, she just didn't have the lasting power for me in my collection. But like I said, I kept a lot of her outfit pieces. Those were the best parts of her. She gets extra points for that, and so she goes into cute. Next up, we have the cheer line. I really liked the cheer line when it came out. I was kind of thinking that Rainbow High was going to wind up being more like Bratz because of this, because Bratz had established characters that would be dressed in different outfits, have different makeup looks for each series. So that got me feeling like we were just going to get the same characters over and over again, which we did get a lot of Series 1 characters. I liked seeing them in different styles, and I thought it was a good opportunity for, you know, the ones that I maybe didn't like in Series 1, I would like in their cheer version. For some that was the case, for some not so much, but let's break them down. Cheer Jade. I don't have a whole lot to say about her. She's probably the least Jade that there's ever been, if that makes sense. Her personality just doesn't come through here at all. Even though they tried to keep some of her edge with the pleather bow and the black accents in her outfit, she's just a little too cutesy to be Jade. But I do appreciate that she and all of the others have unique silhouettes. Like, everybody has a separate design. It's not just copy-pasted of the same cheer outfit in different colors. So that's a plus, and overall the cheer line was pretty cute. So accordingly, Jade goes into cute. Cheer Poppy. Again, a very cute doll. Her jersey isn't my favorite, but I like the butterfly makeup on her. Again, I don't have too much to say about her, so let's just put her into cute. Cheer Ruby. I have actually always loved this doll, and I kind of wish I had her, and the bad thing about doing this video is that I'm looking through all the dolls that I didn't get over time, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. She's actually really nice. Maybe I need to get her. So this could turn out to be a very expensive venture for me. I'm gonna try to resist. But there's a couple that, you know, have been on my mind for so long that it might be time to pull the trigger before all the Rainbow High dolls just vanish into thin air. But anyway, so Cheer Ruby is one of those dolls. I didn't get her when she first came out because I had Series 1 Ruby, and I was trying to avoid having the same character multiple times, which I think I did a pretty good job overall with. Honestly, I think it might have been a mistake for me not to get her because she might actually be the best Ruby. I don't know if that's a hot take, but her face is just so cute. And I love the crimped half up, half down hair. Even her cheer outfit is like super adorable. I don't know, I've just always really liked her. Does anyone know if there were neck articulation variants of the cheer dolls out there? I feel like I heard people talking about that at one point, but I don't remember. But if I could find a neck articulation variant of Cheer Ruby, we would be in business. She's going actually into gorgeous. Cheer Skylar. So her cheer outfit has earned her some points on this one, and the bow in her hair is really cute. But I still just don't have a lot to say, again, because, you know, her outfit is not that exciting. But she can go into cute. Cheer Sunny. Alright, finally I get to talk about one of the dolls that I actually have. And of course she's not wearing her cheer outfit. I love this Sunny. Even though she does not have the neck articulation besides turning her head, she's now the Rainbow High doll that has lasted the longest in my collection, and there has to be some reason. I mean, I love the makeup, even though she's got the numbers and the star on her face and everything. I think she still has a really nice makeup look. It's one of the better makeup looks for the original face sculpt that doesn't make her look like, I don't know, I've always loved her. She's one of my favorite dolls to redress, as you can see. She has worn more of my Rainbow High wardrobe than like any of the other Rainbow High dolls that I have. Yeah, I mean, she's just, I have no words. She has always been consistently a favorite of mine. There's only one Sunny that ever came after her that I liked better. And not that I'm gonna replace this one. This one is the one I like to dress and redress. The other Sunny is more of an art piece. She's the doll that started it all for me with Sunny. She goes into gorgeous. Cheer Violet. So the fact that I wanted to get Cheer Violet when I hadn't gotten original Violet that long before should have been my first clue that I wasn't really connecting with Series 1 Violet anymore. But I was sticking to my guns. I had Series 1 Violet already. I wasn't going to get Cheer Violet. But she's cuter. I kind of looked at getting her, but she had the same problem as Stella, where the makeup was just never right. I also really like her skirt. I think it's one of the only cheer pieces that works really well outside of a cheer uniform. Anyway, she can go into cute. And now, this is kind of jumping forward a little bit on the timeline, but we are at the Devious twins. And I pretty much feel the same way about both of them, so I'll just talk about them together. The best parts about these two were the neck articulation and the new face sculpt. Once they started to play around with different eye shapes and jaw shapes in Rainbow High dolls, they opened up a whole world of these beautiful, beautiful faces, and like, that is a lot of the time what has hooked me on specific Rainbow High dolls since they started doing that. And I kind of like the fire and ice motif that they have here, but I really don't like their outfits. They're just really gaudy designer, like show-offy. I mean, that's the point, you know, they're stuck-up bitches, but that's just not my style. So I just really don't like their outfits. If they were wearing something else, maybe I would like them better because they do have very pretty faces, like I said. And I like the blend of hair colors, the hot and the cold. It's a really cool concept. They just needed better outfits. Overall, though, they can both go into cute. Okay, next up is Winter Break. And this is one of my favorite lines. I might be a little bit biased here because I just really like winter-themed clothes, and, you know, I'm a sweater junkie. You can see the sleeves of my sweaters in most of my videos. So, you know, when they made a winter line, I was like, yes! And this is where I really feel like Rainbow High was starting to amp up their game. So, let's start with Winter Break Jade. So back when Winter Break came out, it was right around the same time that the runway episode was on YouTube. And I was like, they need to make dolls of the runway dresses! Those are so cool! We need those! And it just wasn't happening. And at some point I was like, well, it's just not gonna happen. So then Winter Break Jade shows up because I kind of wanted a Jade because I had Series 2 Bella and I was like, Bella needs a Jade. And I wanted it to be runway, but it wound up being Winter Break. And honestly, I don't have any regrets. I really love her face. And yeah, she actually has one of the more soft, sweet faces on a Jade doll, but at the same time, somehow she still manages to be herself. Her leathery fur collar jacket, that is really cool. Very butch. And I also love the way that they did the highlighter for Winter Break, where it looks less like sweat and more like snow that just dusted over your face as you were snowboarding down the hill. I also love the cute little stars under her eyes. Those are really adorable. That was one of the features that wound up selling me on her in the end. I even really like the pale lip color on her. I think she's just a beautiful doll. She goes into gorgeous. Winter Break Poppy. Now, for the longest time, I thought this was going to be the Poppy that I got, and I went back and forth a lot, again, on getting her. She's still really adorable to me, and such an upgrade from her Series 1 look. I love the earmuffs. I love her second outfit. I never did get her, but I still think about her. She goes into gorgeous. Winter Break Ruby. This Ruby is fine. I think she falls a little short because she has such a similar first outfit to Jade. I feel like Jade just did it better. So, you know, she's not bad. She can go into cute. Winter Break Skylar! Another Skylar! I don't know what it is. I just really cannot connect with Skylar. First of all, I don't like bodysuits, so that immediately just makes me not like her. And the fake fur coat on the second outfit, like I said, I'm not into fake fur. She has sequins all over that hoodie, which I'm also not into. Sequins on the jeans. That's the only place where I'm okay with it because it's a little more subtle. Overall, she's one of the dolls of all time. Winter Break Sunny. Now, she's a good one. I adore these outfits. Adored them so much that I had to buy them off of eBay just so I could use them with Cheers Sunny. I just was not really into Winter Break Sunny's face as much as I liked Cheer Sunny's face, which is why I never bought her. Her makeup and the way they did her hair just wasn't really working for me as a base doll. But her clothes push her up into the gorgeous category. Winter Break Violet. Finally, Violet gets a good doll! I am still in love with Winter Break Violet, even after all this time. I also love to redress her. She and Sunny, between the two of them, they get the most changes of clothes I'm sure you've seen behind me in various videos. But this really is the best Violet I think that they've ever done, but only this variant. So if you look at this Violet's face, she has a slightly darker pink lip and she has a softer angle to her eyebrow. There is another variant, which is the one that's more commonly seen in stock photos, that has sharper eyes and a lighter lip color. And I think that's why most Violets don't hit for me, because that's her look in like most of her dolls. But this one just is so cute. She's like super, she's so pretty. Look at this. And her hair like this, without the bangs, is also much better than like the straight hair. I think the light wave just really, really works for Violet. So I'm sure it'll come as no surprise that she gets to go into gorgeous. So next up is another one of the auxiliary dolls. The one, the only, Jett Dawson. Ugh, I still love Jett. She will always, always have a top spot in my Rainbow High collection. I'm telling you, when I first saw her stock photos, I was smitten. And when Rainbow High announced that it was going to be like a limited release and they didn't make it clear that it wasn't really a limited release, I was like, oh, because I was on vacation at the time. And I was like, how am I gonna get my hands on her? What if I'm in the middle of doing something? I was like ready. I was like, I am gonna have to pay a scalper. I was ready to do that. And I probably would have if they had only done the 1,000. Thank God that the numbered ones were not the only ones that they ever did. Oh, I would have been so heartbroken. She is beautiful. This comic book, cartoony design, I love it. I love her. And I love her hair. It is so soft. It is still as soft and nice as when I first opened her. She had no gel. It was amazing. She's also the only Rainbow High doll to ever get the chest joint. So she'll always be special for that reason. She has the most articulation of any Rainbow High doll. Officially. She has the honor of being the first one to go into Chef's Kiss. Okay, kind of around the same time, we had Giant Amaya. I've always had a thing for oversized dolls. I had the My Size Barbie, I had the Big Bratz Yasmin, I even had the Kelly doll that was kind of like an 18-inch Kelly that came with a stroller and everything. So I liked the idea of having a giant Rainbow High doll. I thought that was really cool. It was just, you know, Amaya didn't really hit for me. Even though her outfits look really, really nice. And I like the fact that they were able to keep her articulation as the scale grew. That was really cool. So she goes into cute. And side note, I will always be disappointed that they never came out with Giant Bella. And now we're on to Series 3. I think Series 3 was such a leap forward for Rainbow High in quality and design. They were starting to experiment, spreading their wings, giving us more face sculpts. They were doing different kind of designs. They got rid of the highlighter finally. They were giving us more accessories. They were starting to show us, yeah, we're in this for the long haul. We're gonna show you what we can do. And I was so here for it that I bought 3 of them right away. I went way out of my way just to find them too. And while I don't have all 3 of them anymore, I still really enjoyed Series 3. I think it's definitely up there as far as some of the best series in Rainbow High. So, Daphne Minton. She was one of the 3 that I bought, and I don't have her anymore. She did not last through a purging. I have these moments where I'm like, oh my god, I have so many dolls, I need to get rid of some. And I look at some of the ones that, you know, I'm just not connected with anymore, and they wind up going. The ones that are still back here, you know that I really, really like them because they've lasted through several rounds of purging. I always like to think, though, that when I'm selling or donating a doll, that they're going to somebody who's going to enjoy them more than I can. I think she had a really beautiful face. Actually, my Daphne's face was prettier than a lot of the stock images that I see now online. That's definitely her best feature, is her face. Her hair, after I washed it, it looked a little bit nicer, but it was still kind of like weird because of the big crimp. And I just never could figure out how to style her well. I guess I didn't have enough pieces in colors that went with the mint green. She'll always have a special place for me because I did have her. She goes into cute. Daria Roslin. She is pretty, but I wasn't in love with most of her outfit pieces. I did always like her first pair of shoes, but her face is really beautiful. I love the bright eyes against her dark complexion and the bright hair as well. She averages out in the end to go into cute. Emmy Vanda. I wish Emmy had a little bit more edge to her. They really marketed her personality as kind of like the goth emo kid, but that never really came across in the show. And, you know, I tried to restyle her a little bit. I don't think it's all that edgy. I might need to go back to the drawing board on this one. Maybe somehow incorporate her original hoodie because I do really like that piece. I love all the embroidery on it. And I also love the pleated skirt, which Violet is currently wearing. I would have loved to see what her boots looked like if they had been done in the period of time when they were doing fabric boots. But they were still pretty cool for the time because they had some actual laces going through them, and, you know, we hadn't had too many long boots. And her face is just really, really pretty. I mean, I love the almond-shaped eyes, the dark lips. Definitely a gorgeous. And then there's Gabriella Isley. And I thought Skylar was boring. Oh my god. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sure there are Gabriella fans out there, but I'm just not one of them. She just does nothing for me. Nothing! In a line where all these other characters have really standout features and cool outfits and everything, she's just there. Her outfit honestly belongs in Series 1. The only piece that I would have taken off of Gabriella is her first sweater because, like I said, I am a sweater junkie, and I could find plenty of other dolls to wear that sweater. But otherwise, Gabby, you're just one of the dolls of all time. Georgia Bloom. And I think she's a lot of people's favorite from this line, and I love her outfit pieces. I have used them a lot in my other restyles, but I think between the shade of skin, her hair, the outfit, and her eye color, it just all really blends together. If she had had like a little bit more contrast, I think she would have worked better for me. I just found her to be very one note. She goes into cute. Cheryl Meyer. My god, she is a queen. Cheryl is one of those dolls that no matter how many times I look at her, I'm still like, oh man, you are so beautiful. I mean, I'm doing it now. She's just gorgeous. I love her. I love her so much. Alright, we have to look at her face. Look at her eyes. Look at the gold makeup, the lips with the lip liner, the way her hair, it just is in these big ringlets. I just love her. I love her. And I know there are other variants of Cheryl with different amounts of lip liner and everything, so maybe I just happened to get a really, really good one. But she's a queen. She is a queen. And she goes into Chef's Kiss. Alright. That brings us to our two store exclusive lines that came out around the same time. We have Rockstars and Slumber Party. Looking back, they might have been just a tad overpriced, but they were still pretty cool. I mean, it was neat to have bigger accessories and these themes. Let's look at the Rockstars first. We have Carmen Major. She is actually pretty cute. I like the little rainbows in her hair. Her face is also really pretty, and her outfit pieces are nice too. I just, you know, I never felt compelled enough to buy her, but she can go into cute. Lyric Lucas. I think this doll is like no one's favorite. And I feel kind of bad saying that, but it's also kind of true. Why in the wide world did they decide to give her back the sweaty highlighter? Like, none of the other dolls had it at this point. She was the only one. Why did they do that? If she did not have the highlighter, she would probably score a lot more points for a lot of people. But she looked like she came straight out of Series 1. The outfit with the fur coat and the baseball cap also is not doing anything for me. She looks okay in the second outfit. I can give her that much. But for the most part, she goes into, no. Vanessa Tempo. She is really cool, and of course she's the first Rainbow High doll that ever had braids. I love her face, I love her second jacket, but I'm not the biggest fan of her second dress. I would say, overall, she goes into cute. And then we have their counterparts, the Slumber Party dolls. Brianna Dulce. I really like her a lot, honestly. I almost bought her many times, but I was hoping she would go on sale or on clearance or something, and she never did. At Walmart, either they go on clearance like immediately, which makes no sense, or they just hang for like months and even years, and they stay the same price. Like, don't they ever try to get rid of their old inventory ever? Anyway, she is super pretty. I really love the shade of pink that they used and the color of her eyes. And I love the gold accents too. think that really elevates her style a lot instead of just being straight pink. Looking at her now makes me kind of want to get her still. Brianna, you can go into gorgeous. Marissa Golding. So here's the thing about Marissa. She's pretty. I like the black and gold, but she's always come across as a boxer. Even in her second outfit, she just looks like she's in the locker room warming up, getting ready to go out for her match. She's not a slumber party girl. She is ready to fight you. Not that that's a bad thing, but she did not fit the theme of the line as well as the other two dolls. Still, she does have some pretty versatile pieces for that reason. You know, you can use them as underwear, you can use them as just lounge clothes around the house, because they're just black and gold. Any of the Rainbow High dolls can wear them, which is pretty difficult. She lands herself in cute. Robin Sterling. My posh beauty here. I have always loved her Tiffany blue. I love the contrast of it against her dark skin. I think it's just super gorgeous. She has a really, really pretty face. Those piercing blue eyes. She is beautiful. As you can see, she's wearing a lot of Daphne's clothes, actually. I think they work for her really well. You know, you can't always be wearing pajamas. Anyway, Robin also goes into gorgeous. We are on to Pacific Coast, and I'm sure you know exactly what is about to happen next. My darling! My baby! My sweetheart! Oh, I love her! Oh! If you guys were around when I reviewed Pacific Coast Bella, you will know I tried so hard not to buy her because I had Series 2 Bella. So hard! I just could not resist. I saw her in Target one day, I was, you know, just browsing, and she looked at me in the box and she was like, "You want to take me home, and you know it." And I was like, "No," and I left. And I had to go back the next day and get her. Yeah, just look at her! Just look at my beautiful Bella. Oh, she is stunning. She is the best Bella. I don't care what anyone says. No Bella can beat this Bella. I love the way they did her makeup. I love the darker lip on her. I love, well, I mean, her hair wasn't like this when she was in the box. I did these, but I think it looks perfect on her, and she's super versatile too. She can wear her bathing suit, she can wear Series 2 Bella's clothes, she can wear other people's clothes, and just look so... look how cute she is, and look! French tips! French tips! This was when they started to get into more different nails for Rainbow High dolls, and yeah, the French tips, they sold me. I'm sure it will come as a surprise to no one that she's in Chef's Kiss. Finn Rosado. Well, that was an anticlimax. Okay, so he's not the worst doll I've ever seen, especially for a boy doll. A boy with a pink color scheme is refreshing. You know, we don't get that very often. But he's also not super interesting, besides, like, his curly hair and the pink. I could think of no better place for him, really, than with his girlfriend in one of the dolls of all time. Hallie Capri. This is just Pacific Coast Skylar to me, but where she gains extra points over Skylar is that her face mold is super pretty and her makeup is really nice. As a swimsuit doll, the outfit isn't very interesting, which I'll probably be saying for most of the rest of Pacific Coast. She goes into cute. Harper Dune. I do love a good Burberry reference. The original perfume has a really nice smell if you've ever smelled it. I don't think they make the original perfume anymore, but if you know the smell, I think this is what Harper smells like. Elegant and musky. But anyway, she's also definitely that Cali girl, you know, she's got the tan skin, the bleach blonde hair. She is the most Pacific Coast out of all Pacific Coast. But again, she's just wearing a bathing suit and some shorts, so she goes into cute. Margot de Perla. Oh, Margot. I had such high hopes, and you crushed them all! If you remember when I reviewed Margot, she had a pretty severe defect in her hairline. I could not get past it. I tried, I really did. I tried to style her hair in a different way that was going to distract from it. I just couldn't. So I donated her. And her hair was kind of difficult to deal with. Like, I was careful about the tinsel and everything, but it was tinsel you shouldn't be putting in hair. She frustrated me too much to keep her. But her face mold and, you know, the color of her hair was really nice. But she can go into cute. Phaedra Westward. I did really like Phaedra's color scheme of being a sunset. I think it was really bold and different. And, you know, I had her for a while too, but I found it hard to restyle her. And again, because she was a swimsuit doll, I really wanted to find outfits that she could wear just as regular clothes. But because of all of the different colors in her hair and her nails and everything, it was just very hard to find an outfit that really worked, at least for me. So she didn't make the cut through a purging. She's still a nice doll though, if you could figure out how to style her properly. Into cute. Simone Summers. I always thought Simone's face was really pretty. I liked the violet eyes against her tan skin, and her sunrise color scheme blends a lot better than Phaedra's sunset color scheme, so I think it would probably be a lot easier to dress her. But every time I saw her in the store, I guess, I don't know, she just looked angry. Her stock photos looked better than what she looked like in the store, so I never saw one that I really, really liked, and so I never bought her. But she still goes into cute. Alright, and now for a doll who I guess was supposed to be the auxiliary to Pacific Coast, because they said in her profile that she supposedly went to Pacific Coast. But since the PC spin-off show never happened, she just never showed up in the show. She might be one of the only dolls that never showed up in the show, now that I think about it. But you guys will probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Miss Lily Cheng. Now, I didn't do her review very long ago because I, just bought her a few months ago. And like I said in the video, I had been waiting for her to go on sale or on clearance. And I really thought that she would, because the year that Jett came out, she went on clearance around Black Friday for half price. So I was like, oh, Lily will go on clearance around Black Friday and then I'll get her. No, that did not happen. So I never got her and then she disappeared. So I had to buy her secondhand. What I need to say about her here is that I think objectively, she is the best Rainbow High doll that was ever made. I think she just has a really thoughtful design. She's beautiful. She comes with all these pretty special accessories. As far as I know, she's culturally sensitive to Lunar New Year, properly dressed. I don't remember ever seeing anyone really criticize her the way that they criticized Maria Garcia, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, I think she is just really, honestly, just the best Rainbow High doll. And I'm not saying it from a perspective of I just happen to think she is. I really think if you asked most people, who do you think was the best Rainbow High doll ever? A lot of people would probably say Lily. She's just stunning. She really, really is. And I'm glad that I finally did get her, even though I had to pay more than retail. I don't regret it. I really do like her a lot. I'm so glad that I got her in my collection before her price went even higher. She appropriately goes into Chef's Kiss. And now we go from top to flop. Rainbow Junior High. I still don't understand the point of Rainbow Junior High. Junior High is not even sisters. It's just the same characters with less detail and weird faces. Why? Why? Rather than me just throwing them all into Rainbow Bye, we're gonna talk about each one individually. Starting with Junior High Jade. Like the majority of Junior High, she suffers from the extreme fishbowl eye. You thought Series 1 was bad? Look at Junior High Series 1. And her outfit here is nothing to write home about either. I just don't see it as what Jade would have worn in Junior High. The only redeeming factor is that she has the band-aid on her nose, which is a nod to her prototype doll. But yeah, Rainbow Bye, girl. Junior High Poppy. I actually briefly had this doll. I never made a review of her. She didn't last through a purging. Her outfit is the best part. If Rainbow Junior High clothes could fit normal Rainbow High dolls, I probably would have kept the outfit. But they don't. So, you know, another reason why Rainbow Junior High was pointless. For the outfit alone, she gets into cute. Junior High Ruby. No. Just no, no, no on all accounts. No. I don't like overalls. I don't like the sneakers. I don't like her face. Just go. Just get out of here. Go. Go! Junior high Skylar.
Gross.
Junior high Sunny. She's actually okay. I've always loved her outfit. Once again, it's very Sunny. They captured her personality perfectly. If it fit normal-sized Rainbow High dolls, I would have gotten it. I think the Madison twins 2-pack, Sunny has like the grown-up version of that outfit anyway, so it's not a total loss. But her bug eyes prevented me from ever getting Junior high Sunny. But she can go into cute because she has a nice outfit. Junior high Violet, the only junior high doll that I ever liked enough to keep. And probably, in my opinion, one of the better ones. Where I really never liked Violet's bangs in her full-size dolls. I think here it kind of saves her face from being too bug-eyed because it breaks up her forehead. I also really like the preppy outfit, cutesy schoolgirl thing with the pleated skirt, the little cardigan. I really like that a lot. And I don't mind so much that she can't share her outfit pieces because I want her to keep them in this case. So, she's the only junior high doll worth having in my opinion. She goes into cute. Alright, and now we are on to Series 4. Series 4 is probably my favorite of the main series, and I think it's objectively one of the best. The diversity, the designs, I just remember being so blown away when we saw the stock pictures. I only have one doll from Series 4 at this point, but that doesn't mean I don't think that they're really cool. I recognize that even if I didn't buy all of them, these were some really good dolls. Coco Vanderbilt, Sporticus Incarnate. But seriously, I do like Coco's electric blue. I think she's just a little bit too sporty for me. That's just not my style. But just because it's not my style, like I said, I recognize that she is really nicely designed. And I do like her jacket in her second outfit. I got a thing for jackets. Also, I liked her personality in the show. I thought it was fun that she was trying to be everybody's manager. She goes into cute. Delilah Fields, my precious flower child. Oh my god, she is so gorgeous. Oh, she's another one of those ones that I just look at her and I'm like, baby. If you don't like Delilah, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I have said it many times in the past. I have been in love with her since they showed just an eye on the teaser. Just an eye. And I was like, I need her. I know I need her. And I was right. She is so sweet, so precious. She also has glasses, which we only ever got a few dolls with glasses, and she was the first one. Look at this face. Look at those lips. I love the way the lips stand out against her pale skin. I love the gray eyes with the white eyelashes. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. My sweet Southern belle. You all know it's coming. She's a chef's kiss. Jewel Ritchie. She is pretty. And I like the shade of green that they picked for her. It's an interesting shade we don't see very much. I also love that they did the vitiligo again with the representation. That was a big part of Series 4 that I think a lot of people loved. She's really nice, just not my style. Because again, she's got the glam thing going on that just, it's not me. But that doesn't mean she's not a good doll. She goes into cute. Leela Yamamoto. So this is a doll that I actually had for a very brief period of time. You may remember she was behind me at one point. But she also got purged, unfortunately. She is pretty and I really like the shade of purple. I don't know. I just didn't fully connect with her for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because I couldn't really play with her hair because hair is so important to me in dolls, and she had that really intricate hairstyle which was cool, but I wasn't gonna undo it. And I also bought her on a whim and I never reviewed her, and sometimes I feel like if I don't review a doll, I don't get to see all of the tiny details that really make me enamored with a doll. But again, I recognize that while she wasn't for me, she had some really pretty design elements. I loved her outfit pieces. They were really nicely made. I just couldn't see myself using them on anyone else really. Maybe I would have reviewed her if I got her earlier on, but it was very hard to find a good Leela for the longest time. Remember this? Yeah. That was months before they finally got that sorted out. She goes into cute. Mina Fleur. I actually still think about getting Mina here and there. She has a beautiful face, and I love the orange and the gold. You wouldn't normally think about putting those two together, but it's actually a really nice combination. I also love that we got Indian representation because, again, that's just something we don't see a whole lot in dolls. It's very unique. It makes her really stand out. If I actually had her, I probably would have ranked her higher, but for now, she can go into gorgeous. Myla Barrymore. I still need to buy her clothes for Scarlett. The clothes are really the best part of this doll. I thought about getting her just for her clothes, but she has the weakest face out of all of Series 4 for me. I still, though, also like the wine red burgundy color scheme because red was just a color we didn't get very much in the entirety of Rainbow High, so any red representation was always good. Overall, she gets into cute. And now we finally get to look at Shadow High. Series 1, when Series 1 was first revealed, it was one of the coolest things I have ever seen. I love a little bit of edge in my dolls, and this line was as edgy as Rainbow High had gotten so far. Of course, the grayscale was like totally revolutionary. Alright, let's start off with Ash Silverstone. So he's definitely an improvement in the boy doll department. Probably the best boy doll that Rainbow Shadow High ever did. Maybe with Rex as a close second. He definitely benefits also from being in the grayscale, and he has some decent outfit pieces, but he lost points for being a boy doll, so he's one of the dolls of all time. Heather Grayson, the first Shadow High doll that I reviewed on the channel. If you remember, I had bought a couple and asked you guys to vote on which one you wanted to see, and Heather was the winner. She is really cool, but as you can see, I have restyled her quite a bit from her original look. It's kind of crazy that I liked Heather so much because I really am not into snakeskin as a material for clothes, and that was basically her entire outfit. Normally I wouldn't buy a doll that had so many outfit pieces that I didn't like, but Heather's face and her split dye and everything really won me over. I love all the glitter in her face. You know, Shadow High is supposed to be anti-sparkle and everything, and yet here's Heather with all this glitter, bleh, but it's dark glitter, so it still works. She is still wearing her original jacket. I love the skeleton jacket. You hardly ever get to see the back of it because when you display her, she's facing forward, but still, it's really cool, and I did use other Shadow High pieces to bring her together. So she goes into cute. Luna Madison. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say she's just not my favorite. Her first outfit is way too sci-fi for me personally, and her second outfit, I like the jacket, but it does not save her whole doll. Plus, her face is the original face mold, and they really like brought back the original look to make her look like Series 1 Sunny, which makes sense because they're twins, but at that point in the line, it was kind of like, oh. Luna, you're one of the dolls of all time. Natasha Zima. She has a really pretty face, speaking of faces, and I kind of like the glam look for her. It's not as over the top as it is on some of the other dolls, but she's so washed out that I just never really connected with her. On the plus side, she was one of the first in the line to have fabric boots, but I also heard a lot of people had yellow staining on them, which kind of ruined the pristine white look that they were going for with her, so that was kind of disappointing, I'm sure, for a lot of people. So with all of that said, I think she's one of the dolls of all time. Nicole Steele. Now this is the Shadow High doll that I was the most excited about when I first saw them. I'm not into sporty style, but Nicole's style is very athleisure, and that I can get behind because it's a more casual look. And her face is just beautiful. I love the very faint blushing, the way that her eyes are like the only thing besides the blushing that has a little pop of color in her face. I also love her curly hair. I know that the curls don't go up all the way like some people wanted, like on the stock photos, but I don't mind it like this. I think her hair looks really nice. Anyway, Nicole goes into gorgeous. Chanel Onyx. All right, this doll. Wow. With her being the opposite end of the spectrum to Natasha, there was a danger that she would fall into the same problems and just be totally washed out because she was full black. But that did not happen. They managed to give her some visual contrast in her dress and the little white streak in her hair that just is just the right amount to make her still look dark but also interesting. I love her. She is gorgeous. This dress is so cool with the gradient skirt. I mean, let's look at her face. Look at this face. She's getting a little washed out from the light, but come on. I mean, she's got really cool eye makeup too. I love the dark lip. I love the little light sparkle that they put on her face just to give her another layer of dimension. She is fabulous. She is just fabulous. And so, accordingly, she goes into Chef's Kiss. And for our auxiliary dolls of Shadow High, we first have Ainsley Slater. Oh, Ainsley. I wanted so bad to like you. We had been waiting so long for an Ainsley doll. She was one of the first characters in the show. They should have made a doll of her years ago. And they finally said, yes, we're gonna do it. And then they made her look like she did come out with Series 1. Why? I know. She was one of the first characters. But did you have to bring the highlighter back? Why? It didn't benefit anyone. And I'm still disappointed because I really was so excited about having an Ainsley doll. And, you know, she came with all these outfit pieces. And even that couldn't make me want to spend the $70 to get the whole thing. I'm so sorry, Ainsley. It's gonna be an no for me. Alright. Now this is more like it. The Storm Twins. Characters that are extremely unlikable in the show, and yet somehow they totally ate as dolls. And even though they're twins, they're not just mirror images, color swaps of each other. They're both different, and I love that. So, first up, Naomi Storm. Here's the thing. I fell in love with Veronica first when the stock images came out. But then I opened them and Naomi really took me by surprise. I kind of thought it was going to be like, I'm only buying this pack for Veronica and Naomi's just there. But I was wrong. Naomi is beautiful. Just, gorgeous. I look at her all the time because she's out on the shelf, like outside of the closet, and I'll just like, sometimes I'm in bed and I'm like, Naomi, you're just so cool. And I've said a few times, I am not big on the fake fur, but here, it's not like a big, puffy, bulky looking coat that makes her look fat. And also, it's some of the softest fake fur that they've ever used. It is really, really high quality. And look at this face. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous face. And I love this hair. The dark colors with the little pops here and there of lighter pink and blue. These two are amazing. I'm sure it will surprise no one that she's in Chef's Kiss. So Veronica is a preppy goth queen. She is Enemy, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway's worst nightmare. Oh, look at how cute she is. And I am so thankful that I was able to carefully get the bubblegum out without leaving a big hole. I mean, you can still kind of see where it was, but the peg from the gum came off nicely in her lips. So I'd rather have that looking like she's about to blow a bubble rather than the big bubble. It blocks off so much of her face. Like, look at how pretty her lipstick is. You can't see that with the stupid bubble there. They should have made it removable from the beginning. Oh, look at those eyes. Just gorgeous. The purple. I love the pleather socks. Oh, I love her nails, her and Naomi's nails. She's a chef's kiss. Next up, we have the Rainbow Vision lines. Rainbow Vision was probably my favorite season of the show. Even though the plot, it built up things that just never paid off in the end, which was disappointing. But we're not here to talk about the show, we're here to talk about the dolls. Starting with Neon Shadow. What I love about this line is how they took something like neon, some of the brightest colors in existence, and managed to put them into a Shadow High context. It really showed what Shadow High was capable of. And we're gonna start off by looking at Harley Limestone. So again, look at this. She's a very brightly colored doll, but I still think she fits really well with Shadow High. Harley is just so cool, and one of my favorite features is her makeup. I love the way that it looks like she has neon lights just glued onto her face around her eyes. This is such a cool makeup look, plus the gradient lip color. But oh, she's so cool. She's really, really cool. But I also just love her clothes. Besides the jacket in her second outfit, I sold that pretty much immediately. Love her. She goes into gorgeous. Mara Pinkett. She's the weakest out of Neon Shadow. Just a little too pink for Shadow High. If she had more black in her design, that would have probably saved it for me. Because like I said, there are elements in here that make her fit with Shadow High. I think she's just a little too cutesy, so she kind of starts to edge out of Shadow High as well. She's just missing a little something to give her that that I want in my Shadow High dolls. And I also hate that cat ear hat. It looks ridiculous. Anyway, she goes into, no. Uma Van Hoos. She's pretty cool. I actually didn't pay too much attention to her before, but now that I'm looking at her again, I'm kind of like, okay, I see what's going on here. I like the plaid elements in her design. I think it's very punk rock. The blue and black together is also really nice. I think she fits better with Harley than Mara does. She kind of snuck under my radar. She's going into cute. And next up, we have the Royal 3. I came so close to having all three of these dolls, but I never got Tiara. Sometimes I still think about her though, because she does have a really pretty face. We'll get into that more in a second. Let's start off with one that I do have, Miss Tessa Park. Tessa is so pretty, but she also has a really cool vibe. I've always been in love with this jacket. I mean, I've said it too many times, I have a thing for jackets, but look at this. With all the patches and embroidery, it is so cool, and I also love the little MGA in the little Tykes logo. This is one of the coolest jackets that Rainbow High has ever done. She also has the pants of destiny that don't open up when she sits down, which is a miracle. And of course she has a really beautiful face, and she is a purple doll. Oh, look at those eyes with that makeup. She goes into gorgeous. Tiara's song. The reason that I didn't get her, I think, is mostly because of her outfits. I guess, understand K-pop fashion that much, so her outfit pieces just never really hit for me. But that face. She has such a strikingly beautiful face that I kind of almost want to get a nude one that I can redress myself. Anyway, Tiara goes into gorgeous. Minnie Choi. Another one in the group whose outfits I just didn't really like that much, but her face was just too cute to resist. I mean, look at her. She is so sweet, so adorable. I love her makeup. I love the little gold under her eyebrows. Every time I saw her face, I just like, she's so precious. I will buy her and I'll make up for it by selling her extra outfit pieces that I don't like, which I did. And I think I restyled her in a way that really captures the essence of what she was wearing before. I think altogether that she still has a lot of elements that make her look like she did before, just with less cowboy. Because that was what I got from her outfits, was cowboy, and I just didn't really like it that much. She goes into gorgeous. And finally, we have the Rainbow Divas. Probably the weakest out of Rainbow Vision, in my opinion. They were all a little copy-pasty. The base dolls were nice, but the outfits were just a lot of the same. So let's start off with Aisha Sterling. Out of the two Sterling sisters, Robin is definitely the superior one. Aisha, I mean, she has a pretty face, and I love the silver makeup. I really like that they were going for a metallic element with the Rainbow Divas, and the silver makeup really makes her eyes pop out. But the outfits just have so many sequins. I cannot get behind it. I get it. She's silver. It's supposed to be shiny, but it's just not for me. Still, because she has a really nice base doll, she goes into cute. Meline Lux. I don't have much more to say about her than I did about Aisha. I like the idea of the gold. She's very pretty as a base doll. The outfits just don't cut it for me. I can tell the coat in her second outfit is like super high quality, but it's just not my style. I do like the silhouette of her dress though. Overall, she goes into cute. Sabrina St. Cloud. Probably the most interesting out of the group, but she also doesn't quite make the mark of rose gold. Her hair's the right shade, but the rest is just pink. But I like her green eyes. I think they pop out against her skin. I also enjoyed watching her team up with Delilah in the show. I thought that was really nice. So she can go into cute. Then we have the auxiliary doll to Rainbow Vision, who overpriced, not a holiday doll, and definitely never made it into my collection. Roxy Gran, otherwise known as Flopsy Bland by many creative people in the community. I honestly thought she was a fourth Rainbow Diva when I first saw her. For a doll that's supposed to be a deluxe special edition, that's not good. You want them to stand out. They're not supposed to look like all the other dolls because they're special. Of course, she does have a nice face, but that's just not enough to put her above one of the dolls of all time. And then we have another special edition doll kind of around this time, Maria Garcia. And sometimes I forget that she exists for some reason. It's like she has no object permanence in my mind. She's also not exactly a good representation of Dia de los Muertos from what I've heard as far as criticisms when she was first revealed. And again, she was way overpriced for a special edition doll. Compared to a doll like Lily, who had more pieces and was really thoughtfully designed. Yeah, Maria did not make the cut the same way. Maria, she goes into one of the dolls of all time. And now we have to do Junior High Series 2. Let's get this over with. Junior High Amaya. The positives here are the fabric boots and that she's the white-haired Amaya. Also, I love the rainbow thread that Rainbow High uses as accent stitching on a lot of pieces. So her backpack is a really cool piece. But I despise that hoodie. Not because it's a hoodie, but I just don't like clothes for me or for my dolls that have big slogans on them. I think it's so tacky and just dumb. That's why I avoid a lot of certain Barbie fashion packs, because that's just a big thing with Barbie too. So yeah, the hoodie immediately loses me. Amaya goes into, no. Junior High Bella. She doesn't immediately go to the bottom tier because she's Bella. And I do think that her backpack is super cute. But why would I get this bug-eyed Bella when I have the superior one right there? She's an no. Junior High Karma. She's probably the best out of the group face-wise, but her outfit is a little bit bland, so she's an no. Junior High Crystal. Her little puffballs are cute, and the boots are nice. But otherwise, there's not much compelling about her. I guess a lot of this set of Junior High suffers from the fact that Series 2's designs were not always the best, so they didn't have as much to pull from, but at the same time, this was an opportunity for them to kind of reimagine Series 2 with the knowledge and skill that they had now, but they did not take that opportunity. She joins her friends in, no. Junior High River. River in Junior High form actually looks better than full-size River. Somehow the boy face mold translated better to this smaller scale, which is kind of amazing, but otherwise, he's just there. No. Rainbow bye. Junior High Stella. Oh no. Absolutely not. She's horrible. This is not an outfit you wear to Junior High. This is an outfit you wear playing dress up. This is preschool Stella. This is not Junior High Stella. She looks like a bratty, spoiled child. No, go away. Rainbow bye! Alright, now that we've gotten past that mess, let's have a palette cleanser. The costume ball dolls. I never wound up getting any of these because, like the other dolls that were exclusive to Walmart, they never went on sale. And $40 was not worth it in my opinion for any of them. I did come very, very close to getting Demi one time. I decided against it in the end. They were just all missing something to make them worth that price. And they didn't have a very good payoff in the show either. Costume Ball Bella. Oh, my darling Bella. I was extremely tempted by this doll only because she's Bella, but I'm glad I decided against her in the end because as I look back at her now, her face is not as nice as Pacific Coast Bella. I'm sorry, they got it right at Pacific Coast, they should have stopped there. But I love the witch outfit. I really wanted to get her just so I could put that outfit on Pacific Coast Bella. And I might still have to buy it on eBay. So she doesn't surpass Pacific Coast Bella, but she can still go into gorgeous. Costume Ball Robin. I like the spider design. Especially the little spiders on her dress. I think that was a really nice touch. And of course, Robin is already a gorgeous character. But I was a little underwhelmed with the makeup. In the show, before they did the costume ball thing, she had spider makeup in an episode that was really bold and exciting, and I thought that's what they were going to put on this doll, but they just didn't. It was a missed opportunity, I think. Robin goes into cute. Costume Violet. This is not a costume. This is a regular outfit with a mask. Take off that mask and you can't tell that this is supposed to be a Halloween doll at all. The only reason that she's not lower on the list is because there's nothing really offensive about the outfit at all. It's just one of the dolls of all time. Demi Bautista. She is pretty cool. She's a very dramatic design, which I really like. I'm biased to vampires, of course, if you couldn't tell by my army of Dracularas that's assembling. I was, like I said, tempted to buy her that time in Walmart, but I couldn't bring myself to spend the $40. So I still like her. She can go into cute. Eliza McPhee. She's what I wish Storywood would be if they go through with it. At this point, I have no idea if they're going to do anything with that trademark, but yes, she is what I imagine Storywood should be. She has really interesting makeup, and I like that they made the pointed ears into earring pieces so that you can use them on any of your dolls. She goes into cute. Lola Wilde. They really captured a fierceness in her face. But I have to give her most of the same criticisms as Violet. This is not a costume. She's wearing her regular clothes and she put on some cat ears. And I have proof of that. Look at the episode clips. In the shot before they're supposed to be in costume, this is the outfit she's wearing. This shot where they are in costume is supposed to be her costume. How did that get crossed in the production of the doll? Anyway, Lola goes into cute. Alright, next up, Paris Hilton. Series 2 of Shadow High. Now this is where we start to see things declining just a little bit. Not that Series 2 of Shadow High was bad by any means, but we lost the second outfit, and that was when I started to wonder, uh-oh, where are we going from here? But I still had a little bit of hope. The designs for the most part were really good. And I say for the most part because of Diamante. She is my least favorite. The helmet bob just does not work for me, and her skin is giving Violet from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and her outfit doesn't save anything either, so she's an no. Raina Glitch Crown. She's pretty cool. I like the pixelated data stream look to her outfit, you know, the way they positioned the sequins on her skirt, glitchy pattern on her shoes. She definitely leans more towards the original series of Shadow High because she has that grayish tone to her skin. It's just too bad they couldn't find a way to do the chains in her hair like in the show. But she can go into cute. Carla Chopay. Oh, she is beautiful. I love her. I mean, talk about a shadowy doll. And like, she has a super pale complexion like Natasha, but because she has that little hint of pink here and there, and then of course some black accents, she's not washed out looking. I love this powdery pink in her hair. And look at her face. Just look at her face. Oh, she is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I also love her preppy style. I love these boots with the overhangs and everything that are made of fabric, of course. She is my Shadow High Bella. She is a chef's kiss. Monique Verbena. Now, she was one of those dolls that I was actually surprised that I liked her and wanted to get her so badly, because her artwork, which is what I saw first, was just not doing anything for me. But then I saw her stock photos and I was like, oh, okay, so the artwork was lying to me. She is super, super pretty. Her face is also amazing. I love the way that they did the makeup, how it really accents her eyes and makes them look bigger from a distance. I mean, and the purple, you know, it's a very bold purple color, but it's also a dark shade of purple, so it fits with Shadow High enough for me. And of course, the braids. Super fun to play with. The only problem I had was with her original dress, which, as you can see, I have modified. It looks so much less bulky like this, so I'm really happy with the way it turned out. She is a very, very beautiful doll. She goes into gorgeous. Rex McQueen. He's definitely a doll. Alright, here's the thing. I think his base doll is really good. You know, for a boy doll, like I said, he and Ash are the best boy dolls. I mean, there's only 5 altogether, so it's not hard to be the best, but they definitely, the 2 of them, are better than the rest. But his outfit is just meh. Like, take away the extra long puffer coat and he's just in a sweatsuit. And he deserved better, honestly. He was in the Project Rainbow season of the show, where they were all designers, you know, he had a very flamboyant kind of personality. Why didn't that come across in his outfits and his design? He deserved better, honestly. I wish they had given him better clothes. Since they didn't, he's just one of the dolls of all time. Zoe Electra. I kind of like the alien thing, you know, they're doing references to Novi stars. That was cute. And her minty green color is nice. Her face is also really pretty, and even with the little circles above her eyebrows, which normally that kind of thing would turn me off, but it doesn't look too bad. It's not like super in your face that she has weird things on her face. So she goes into cute. Series 5 of Rainbow High. This is where I really started to feel like things were going downhill. You may remember that when I first saw the stock photos for them that I kind of ripped into them in a news video, and a lot of those opinions haven't changed very much, but I have softened a little bit because of the state of things now. Still, they're the weakest main series of Rainbow High. Aiden Russell. Why did all 3 of the A's get the shaft? Seriously? You couldn't do one of them nice. Look, I know this is his outfit from the show, right? That's fine, but he was in Project Rainbow. He was in the last season of the show. Why didn't they just give him a new outfit and make that be his outfit for the doll? Like, that would have made more sense instead of giving him the most plain boring thing you could do. Plus, his hair was like a gelled up mess from what I saw other people unboxing him. I'm sorry, Aiden. You're a rainbow bye. Kim Nguyen. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no interest whatsoever in her dress. It is the blandest piece in Series 5. And yeah, I know people use the denim stuff that's neutral to restyle, but like, I can't see wanting to restyle an outfit centered around that dress. It's just boring. Her jacket, I can see more potential with because it's got the denim and the leather, so it's a little interesting. But the most disappointing thing I think about Kim is what we should have had. We were supposed to have that really cool dress that they used in the Instagram post that made us think we were going to get a patriotic doll, and then that never happened. And then we had concept art that showed Kim in that dress, and then that never happened. And we got this. You hurt me, Rainbow High. You hurt me. Her base doll is the best part of her, because she has the dark, dark hair. For the most part, she's just one of the dolls of all time. Michelle St. Cloud. The first thing I thought of when I saw this doll was Coco in orange. And I know their outfits aren't exactly the same, but they both have very similar styles and silhouettes. Coco did it better. Michelle, you're just one of the dolls of all time. Olivia Woods. I really liked the idea of an olive green doll because it's a color we don't see very much in dolls. And I did have Olivia briefly. You may have seen her behind me at one point. She's very pretty. She has a very pretty face. And was probably the most interesting outfit-wise as well. Like, she had the most layers, the best construction and everything. But I don't know if it's just because I didn't unbox her in a review or what, but I couldn't connect with her completely, and so she didn't last through a purging. Even though I didn't keep her, I think she's probably one of the better ones of Series 5, so she can go into cute. Priscilla Perez. If you watch my review of her, you may think I don't like her that much, but I actually do like her a lot. Mostly because of the way that I restyled her though now. I mean, she has the benefit of having a very, very pretty base doll. Her face is really what won me over, that and the flamingo pink of her hair, but I hated her dress. The dress should not have been what it was. It was cheapy, it was thin, it had all kinds of creases in it because it was thin. They got lazy that quickly when Series 2 of Shadow High and Series 5 came out around the same time. But at least I was able to restyle her in a way that I really like again. And I just really do love her face. I love the eye color that they have on her too. It's not an eye color that they used a lot in Rainbow High, so it was nice to see. My Priscilla belongs in Gorgeous. I think the standard Priscilla would probably go into cute. Victoria Whitman. I really like the strawberry blonde. I think it was nice again to see another color that would kind of be considered like a natural hair color, and I love the full body freckles too. I never really liked the way that they did her lips. I don't really understand what the point of like just coloring in the middle part was. It just ruined all of the Victoria faces that I ever saw in the store. She can just go into cute. Oh my god, okay, we're in the home stretch, guys. This is gonna be a really long video. There's just a few lines left to go. Next up, we have the Madison twins. From the 2-pack, of course. Starting with Luna. Now, you may already notice that I restyled Luna. I didn't review the two of them that long ago either, if you want to see my full thoughts on them. But this Luna is absolutely an improvement over Series 1 Luna. She has the improved original face sculpt, so already that's a huge bonus. Her hair didn't wash out super nicely. I might come back to it again later, and I don't know if I'm 100% satisfied with the restyle that I did, but I think this is a good starting point. And again, she is definitely an improvement over the other Luna. Even though I was mostly buying the 2-pack for Sunny, I still like her. I think she's still a pretty doll, so she can go into cute. Ah, the star of the show! The 2-pack Sunny. Oh my god. This is the quintessential, the superior, the ultimate Sunny doll. If you want Sunny incarnate, this is the doll that you get. I love the way they captured her personality. I love all the details. I love her face. Just look at how cute she is. So adorable. Oh my god. This is the best Sunny. Chef's kiss. So next up we have the budget versions of Series 3. I don't know why they're really included on this tier list, but I guess they existed, so we have to talk about them. These dolls just never really felt like Rainbow High dolls to me though. They don't have details, they don't have articulation, and I understand the need to have budget dolls in a doll line, but I don't know why they couldn't just make new characters like they did for the OMG swim dolls. I guess maybe they had leftover materials from Series 3 that they wanted to use up somehow, but I don't need to talk about these individually. They just all go into no. Alright, now we get to talk about fantastic fashion. And this is the moment you guys have been waiting for, because in just a moment we're going to reveal who the winner of Fantastic Fashion Poppy is. I have to first reminisce about Fantastic Fashion. I know it didn't happen that long ago, but still. 3 years we waited. 3 years that we thought we weren't ever going to see these outfits in doll form, and then they just finally surprised us with this. This was amazing. I was so excited when they revealed that this was happening. I'm just so glad it finally did. So we are starting off, of course, with Runway Jade, the doll that I really, really wanted out of all the runway dolls. And I mean, oh, look at her. She's so cool. This is Jade. This is what I imagine Jade to be. The dark lipstick, the bold makeup, the cool long combat boot heels. This is what Jade is supposed to be. Now I know the way that her outfit kind of came to life with the electricity element didn't 100% work, but I can't imagine how else they would have made it come across short of actually having electricity in the doll. She's still really cool, and I'm perfectly content to just leave her in her second outfit. I mostly wanted Runway Jade for the face. And before we leave the subject of Runway Jade entirely, I did have a request from Serena Silvercrest in a comment on one of my other videos, which I haven't gotten around to until now. This is just for you, Serena. Here's my Illy doll in the electricity. Fantastic Fashion Poppy. She is stunning. And when I say that I am grateful that I bought her back when they first came out, I really honestly mean it, because who would ever think that she would become so hard to find? It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. And I feel so bad. I wish I could give a Poppy away to everyone who entered the giveaway, but there was only one. So, you know, and this one's mine. I'm sorry. I'm keeping this one. But anyway, that brings me at last to the results of the giveaway. Let's find out who the lucky person is who gets to take home this Fantastic Fashion Poppy. And the winner is Azure W. Congratulations! Thank you so much for subscribing and being a part of the channel. Send me a message on Instagram. It's beyond_the_closet with a 0 instead of an O. And we'll figure out how to get Poppy shipped out to you. Anyway, let's talk about Fantastic Fashion Poppy while we're still talking about her. Oh, I just adore her. The superior Poppy. I mean, look at this butterfly queen. She is so cute. I did change her hair a little bit. This dress, oh my god, with all of the little gems. Even her little butterfly shoes. She is just precious. So stinking beautiful. No notes, just chef's kiss. Fantastic Fashion Ruby. Her outfit is different. And of course she has the updated face, so she benefits from that, but I still like Cheer Ruby's face a little bit better. But she doesn't do too much for me as far as like her second outfit or her makeup look or anything. She's just kind of average for a Ruby doll, so she goes into cute. Fantastic Fashion Skylar! By this point I'm sure you all know how I feel about Skylar, so this one is no exception. She's probably one of the better Skylars because of her face. I really don't like her dresses. The first dress is okay, I guess, if you're gonna go with like a denim runway red carpet kind of gown. The second dress is very hillbilly chic to me. She is one of the dolls of all time. Fantastic Fashion Sunny. I really like the umbrella dress. I love the little raindrops on it. I think that's really cute. And of course, you know, it's just a very sunny thing to do to have such an interesting, bold kind of design for a dress. But that face is nowhere near as pretty as the 2-pack face. Fantastic Fashion can go into cute. And then there's Fantastic Fashion Violet. Why does she always get the short end of the stick? I mean, alright, they had to go by what was in the show, but the design in the show wasn't that good, so why didn't they design a better outfit for her character in the show? It's just really lame. Like, it's just not interesting at all for a final project dress. She's just one of the dolls of all time. Fantastic Fashion Amaya. I actually really like her a lot. She's got a simpler design, but it's very elegant and very pretty. Plus she has the white hair and the updated face. So overall, I honestly sometimes think about getting her still. This Amaya goes into gorgeous. Okay. Junior High, Series 3, kind of? They're technically not the Series 3 dolls in Junior High form, they're just the third series of Junior High. First off, we have Avery. This outfit is what I would have liked to see for an updated version of Avery if she ever got a second full-size doll. I love the black with the rainbow stitching. I think it's really, really cool. And I wish that these outfits fit full-size Rainbow High dolls, because I would have bought that in a second. This is probably my favorite Junior High outfit out of all the Junior High dolls. But Avery herself, I mean, I guess she's no worse than her original doll, but she's just one of the dolls of all time. Junior High Kaya. Once again, we have a situation where Junior High is just making the doll a worse version of the original doll. What stood out about Kaya when she came out was the detail in her fashion, the layers, the number of pieces that she came with. And then she got reduced down to this. So, I'm sorry. It's blasphemy. It's sacrilege. It's no. And Junior High, Holly and Laurel. They have the best Junior High faces out of the whole lineup because they have different face molds. Their eye shape actually makes it look a little bit more normal than the bug eye of most Junior High dolls. But as for their outfits, I have similar feelings to their full-size dolls. They get twin spots in, no. Next up, the Rainbow High New Friends. Now these were an interesting little sideline because they finally introduced some body diversity into the line, and I hope that they'll continue that with future Rainbow High releases because, you know, they have the molds, they spent the money on it, they might as well use them. And we also got some cool accessories in this line. First off, we have Pinkly Paige. Pinkly. Pinkly? But besides that, she has a pretty face, but her outfit is kind of like a worse version of Priscilla's, and that's saying something. Her accessories are nice, I guess, and her little dog, too. So overall, she'll average out to cute. Alright, Lilac Lane, and she is definitely my favorite out of the three, obviously because I bought her, and also I just think that she's objectively the best one. I think they put the most effort into her design, and I think she's just super pretty anyway, you know. I mean, look at this face. She has a super gorgeous, gorgeous face. I love the makeup. She is really beautiful. And I also love her bouncy curls. Also a glasses girly, which, you know, we love. And she's into science, which is cool for a fashion design student because you don't see that too much. So she came with some really cool accessories like the test tubes and everything. Lilac goes into gorgeous. Blue Brooks. I hate the name. It's very stupid. But besides that, she's just not all that interesting. Her accessories are her best part. She's got the cast, which is pretty cool. You can use that on your other Rainbow High dolls, and she's got the skateboard. But her outfit is just bland, and there's nothing really about her face either that really speaks to me, so she's one of the dolls of all time. And if that wasn't bad enough, then we move on to Shadow High Series 3. I hesitate to even call this line Shadow High because it's so not what the brand's identity was. This was when I really lost faith in Rainbow and Shadow High and I knew that it was over. Most of my opinions are pretty much the same for all of them, so let's just rapid fire because we're almost at the end here. Lavender Lynn, Dinosaur Hat, Rosie Redwood, Hate the Dress, Too Cheery, Scarlet Rose, The Only Good One, Pinky James, Another Terrible Name, and nothing shadowy about her. Berry Sky, kind of a weird design. Oliver Ocean, what the f is going on with his hair? And last but not least, because there were others that were least, we have the Color and Create dolls. These are also hard to categorize in the same way with the other Rainbow High dolls because they don't really have identities of their own because you're supposed to give them the identities. So that doesn't make them bad dolls, but I also feel like they should have given them different kinds of outfit pieces rather than all of them having the same clothes, and then there was no point in getting all 3 dolls because then you had 3 sets of the same outfit. They land themselves into one of the dolls of all time. We're done! Yay! Oh my god, I think I have been filming for like 3 hours. This is crazy. I did not think it was gonna take this long. Oh my god, this is gonna be the longest video ever that I've ever done. I hope you guys, if you have made it to the end of this video, I applaud you. Now that we have completed the ranking and officially locked it into history, it is time for me to get a little sappy. I want to thank you, really, honestly, truly thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing. You know, whoever that last person, that 2,000th subscriber was, I don't know who you are, you must have subscribed in the last like 2 or 3 days. So thank you personally for being the 2,000th subscriber. To everybody, whether you've been here with me since the very beginning or somewhere in the middle or just in the last couple of weeks, you know, we can't hit a number, a specific number like 2,000 without every single person in that 2,000. And the fact that there are 2,000 individuals out there who looked at me and said, I want to see more of that crazy, crazy girl. I can't even believe it. It just really, that's a lot of people. And I really appreciate, like, you know, I don't do this for the money, like, I don't get any money. I mean, I'm part of the monetization thing on YouTube, but I've only been paid out twice. So I'm not in it for the money, because there's no money, really. And I'm not in it for popularity either. I'm doing it because I like having a place where I can find other people who have the same interests, because I don't have that in real life, really. This is the way that I find it easier to connect with you guys, is to just sit here and talk in my closet. Some people just enjoy being in the comment section, and that's totally okay too. You know, we're all not video makers and we're all not just commenters. The point is, the fact that there are people out there who want to see me and who interact with me, and we've built this little community where I know you guys, I recognize your usernames, I remember your tastes and everything. It's just been so fun. You're all my little doll friends, and maybe we'll never meet in person or anything, or we'll never be anything besides YouTube buddies, but it's a bright spot in my life, and I hope that it's a bright spot for you guys too. As much as doll collecting is growing as a hobby, it's still very niche, so we need each other. And I'm just so glad that we have a place that we can find each other and talk and share our interests and just be happy together. I really also want to say how much I appreciate that you guys are never toxic in the comments. You guys are so nice to each other and to me. The toxicity that can come in the doll world, I'm so glad that that hasn't permeated into our little community. You guys are the best. You really are. And I can't believe you're all still here. It's crazy, especially because I disappear sometimes for weeks at a time. I'm just not really I'm not a good YouTuber, you know? I don't play by the rules of the algorithm, and yet you guys are still here. I find that amazing, and I really love it, and I appreciate it, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's the coolest thing ever. This is one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life, and I hope to be able to do it for a long time still. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and all my videos, and for being here. I need to go and lay down and not speak for a while. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye!